In 2020, Oregon lawmakers embarked on a social experiment they hoped the rest of the country might follow. Measure 110 decriminalized the personal use of illicit drugs, including heroin, meth, cocaine, and 58% of Oregon voters passed the measure. Jail time was off the table for people caught with small amounts of drugs. Instead, they were given citations or they had the opportunity to seek treatment for it. Fast forward, between 2022 and 2023, overdose deaths spiked 42% in the state, the highest increase in the country. Researchers found no link between the new law and overdose deaths, but the optics were cause for alarm. Many people said they found it to be common sense. The state House and Senate just voted to recriminalize hard drugs, and the new bill is heading to the governor's desk. Oregon State Representative Jamie Hieb is with us, and he supports the rollback. Mr. Hieb, this was heralded by Oregonians just 2 years ago, this breakthrough to reduce obstacles to treatment. It would work out really well. What happened?
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me on today. Well, whenever the initiative petition came before voters last election cycle, people were hoping for strong treatment and upgrades to our treatment system. But what they got was decriminalization of drugs and no treatment. And then what mechanisms the government had been there to force people into treatment or coerce them into treatment were removed. So nobody had the ability to get a severe addict into a treatment facility. So we are walking some of those regulations back so that we can approach it as a treatment issue instead of just punitive. But yes, the criminalization has come back.
And my understanding is you have a personal connection to the issue. You lost two brothers to drugs?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it would be, actually tomorrow would be 10 years since my little brother Joseph passed away from fentanyl overdose. And so ever since 2014, I've been working towards trying to, revamp the drug treatment within the state. Because for years prior to that, I visited many states surrounding Oregon, trying to get them into treatment there, but because there was nothing available in Oregon, and now we decriminalize drugs without fixing our treatment system. And luckily, though, we have taken a step back and worked on making more treatment beds available. Yeah. And in the meantime.
Well, a lot of people might have seen an R by your name and thought, oh, he's going to be all for punishment. But no, you're saying we need to get people treatment. This is also a health issue. Under this new law, though, that you were part of passing, possession is a misdemeanor. Is that strong enough to be a deterrent?
Yes, believe so. We've actually created a new provision. It's going to be a unclassified misdemeanor. So it gives the judge the discretion, hence, why we have judges in the first place, so that they can see, oh, is this somebody a repeat offender, like over and over, or is this somebody that could benefit from treatment? And it gives them multiple off ramps to get into treatment facilities and address their addiction without just putting them in a jail cell.
Yeah, because it seems to be that black or white of either they're in jail or they're left to, languish and eventually die on the sidewalk. And it's just, it's awful. I did read in the Statesman Journal, Representative, that drug dealers will get stricter punishment under this new law if they sell near a rehab or a public park or a homeless shelter. Do you think cities like Portland, which are extremely liberal, that they will aggressively enforce that?
I do believe so. I have been in Portland and I've talked to police officers that have, want to do something. I'm going to give one example of being in Portland and seeing a man sitting there smoking meth at the bus stop next to a child and a few other adults. And there was nothing the cops could do. They just, had to carry on. And we see things like this on a day-to-day basis, where if it were even a misdemeanor of any sort, it at least gives the police the ability to search that person's pockets to see if they, or their backpack, to see if they have large amounts intended for distribution. So we will have more tools at our disposal so that we can go after these drug dealers and cartel members who ultimately, I guess going back to my family's situation, I worked with the police and we were able to track it back to the cartel. But that's where a lot of this fentanyl that's killing people is coming from. And we're going to take a multifaceted approach so that we can take care of things.
Try and save people. And I'm sure a lot of families have reached out to say, please help us. And I know you guys are trying. Representative James Hieb of Oregon, thank you, sir. And we're thinking about your family, especially tomorrow. Thank you.